So tomorrow, Angel Reese is going to be facing her biggest test yet. Angel Reese has come off her best game by far after her best rebounding game of 18 rebounds before, the game before that against Dallas. And now, she is coming up against the Aces and almost certainly going to be the MVP now that they're starting to win games, A'ja Wilson. But before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 11,700 subscribers by the end of the day. And who knows, we're probably not going to hit it by the time this is uploaded. If we do, that would be absolutely insane. But anyway, here we go. We got to talk about A'ja Wilson right here. And we got to talk about Angel Reese. This is going to be the toughest matchup by far. And we've seen Angel Reese actually succeed in these type of matchups. We've seen her succeed against Breanna Steward. We've seen her do a really good job on Alyssa Thomas. We've seen her do a really good job on Neko Umake. We've obviously seen her struggle in some games, but she hasn't faced anything like A'ja Wilson yet. And that is where I'm thinking, this is a prove-it game for A'ja Wilson. Because look, A'ja Wilson's the best player in this league. She was the best player last year. I know she didn't win MVP, but she was the best player this year. She was finals MVP. She's going to win MVP this year unless all they need to do is win 25 games and she's MVP, because statistically she's having the greatest season of all time. She's leading the WNBA in points and rebounds, and she might be leading it in blocks. And this is a matchup nightmare for Angel Reese. Because A'ja Wilson is a much better defensive rebounder than Angel Reese is. And I think she might be a better defensive rebounder than Angel Reese is offensive rebounder. And she's going to be the only player in the league that I'm going to say that about, by the way. And they're going to match up with each other. I doubt they leave Angel Reese or they leave A'ja Wilson on Cardoso. And if they do, I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if they leave her on Cardoso. But at the same time, you really just never know when it comes to matchups. They might be trying to keep her out of foul trouble because, well, they just could be. But I don't see it. I think this is a big game for the Aces. This is a big game for them because it's going to be their most viewed game other than their game against the Fever. This is a team that sells out every single time they play. This is a team that, will get a ton of people at their games. And I just think in general, they're one of the bigger teams. They might be the biggest team not named the Indiana Fever. And Angel Reese has lived up and exceeded even her biggest fans' expectations for this year. I think a lot of her biggest fans thought, okay, she's going to average about 8 and 6 as a rookie, and in a few years is going to be really good. Nobody thought she's going to average 13 and 11. That's crazy. I don't think anyone really thought she was going to be an all-star. And I'm talking about people that actually watch the sport of basketball. Because there are some blind Angel Reese fans that be she's the same equivalent of Caitlin Clark fans that thought she'd be the best player in the league this year, would have thought Angel Reese would have been one of the best. But there was a reason she was the 7th pick. But she's proven that she should have been the 2nd pick in this draft. Even over Cameron Brink. But I think A'ja Wilson's just pure size is going to be too much for Angel Reese. She's aggressive. The one thing Angel Reese has really struggled with on the defensive end, and again, she could prove me wrong. Look, Angel Reese has everything anyone said negative about Angel Reese so far this year, other than the fact she can't shoot a mid-range shot, has been proven wrong. Her finishing is getting better. Look, she couldn't make layups at the start of the year, and she's getting better at that. And I'll say it, her improvement rate from game 1 to game 20 has been crazy. She's getting smarter. She's knowing what she does. She knows what she does badly. And her IQ level is absolutely off the charts. When people talk about IQ, Caitlin Clark has unbelievable vision. But as far as IQ-wise, being on the floor, knowing where to stand, knowing what to do, in certain situations, making the most of your ability, Angel Reese has probably got a better feel for the game, as good a feel for the game of basketball, maybe a better feel for the game of basketball than anyone I've seen at the WNBA level other than A'ja Wilson. But the one thing Angel Reese has struggled with is that your Tina Charles of the world, your Walker Kimbrough from the Dream, when the two of them came up, she has struggled guarding post-up bigs. She has really struggled guarding post-up bigs because she is a non-existent shot blocker. She is a 0 rim protection. She has blocked 1 shot all year, I think. she will be back. If she can be back down, they will get open shot after open shot. So she's really struggled on those interior players, and that is what A'ja Wilson can be. A'ja Wilson lives from the mid-range, but she can also put her head down and go to the basket with the best of them. She can post up with the best of them. She is a player unlike what Angel Reese has come up against this year. And this is where we really see what Angel Reese is made of. Because this is what the matchup is going to be. These two players are going to match up. This one's going to be personal for A'ja Wilson. A lot of people are talking about, when it comes to players taking it personally, about Caitlin Clark. This for A'ja Wilson is going to be personal because this is her matchup. This is her matchup. And if she goes and, again, does well in this game, if she goes and balls out, she gets seen in a different light again. There's going to be as many eyes on this game as there were against the Fever. Almost as many. Because let's be real, as much as it is, it's the Aces against Caitlin Clark, this is the individual matchup that people want to watch. This is the rookie sensation versus the best player in the world. And they match up. So what is my prediction? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be live for it. So if you guys want to see it live, don't worry. I will be live. Go subscribe to the channel. I'll be live for this game, and I'll stay on for the Seattle Storm versus Fever game. My prediction, and again, I kind of want to be wrong, because anytime I've doubted anything with Angel Reese, she's come back and proved me wrong, which, look, you can never fault that. It's not, at the end of the day, it's not about, regardless of what your predictions are for a player. I always feel in basketball, if you have any sort of a negative prediction about a player and they prove you wrong, it's good, because everybody being better is good for basketball. But I will say, my prediction is that A'ja Wilson absolutely dominates on it, Angel Reese. I think if that's the matchup, I think if it's Cardoso and she's matching up to Stokes or whoever else they're running a center, I think Angel Reese is going to dominate on them. I think if they go to the A'ja Wilson on Angel Reese matchup, I think A'ja Wilson's going to dominate, which is, again, not a knock on Angel Reese. A'ja Wilson's that good. A'ja Wilson's dominating as everybody is here. But I think that if they go to any other matchup, I think Angel Reese has that ability to maybe get A'ja Wilson in foul trouble a little bit. And if she can do that, I think anyone they bring off the bench, I think anyone coming off the bench, or any sort of rotations that the Aces do to put anyone but A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese, I think Reese is going to dominate on them. And I think Teresa Witherspoon as a coach is going to see that. Anytime Reese has anyone but A'ja Wilson on her, it's probably go to Reese. That's the way the game, I think, is going to go. I think the Aces win comfortably. And I think anytime they actually match up with each other, I think A'ja Wilson will dominate on Angel Reese. But I also think anytime there's a chance of getting another matchup, the Sky will go to it and Angel Reese will dominate against anybody else.